Hi there, this is the Taimanov trap in the Queen's Gambit accepted from the game Mark Taimanov against Lev Polugaevsky in 1960 in the USSR Championships. D4 and D5, it's the Queen's Gambit with C4 and the Queen's Gambit accepted. D takes on C4. Knight F3 is met by Knight F6 and Queen A4 is one variation for white in which white can get back the gambited pawn immediately if he so wishes. Knight B D7 interposing, Knight C3 and E6. White's in no hurry to take back the pawn on C5 and continues with E4 striking at the center. C5 is theory where black strikes at the center as well, allowing white this idea playing D5, since after E takes on D5, white doesn't capture on E5, rather pushes now the E pawn to E5, hitting the knight. And this is the trappy idea because it can induce black to play some kind of chase variation whereby black plays the same idea, hitting white's knight on C3 with the move D4. Instead of that move, better for black would have been this idea, hard to see, to play B5 immediately, because if queen takes on B5, then black achieves around equality with rook B8, and then when the queen drops back to A4, allows rook to jump to B4, hitting the queen, and black's doing okay in this variation. But the move played by black after E5, when black plays D4 now, it's white who's actually close to winning. Well, bishop takes on C4 allows the trades of knights. D takes on C3, E takes on F6, leaves black losing in pretty much all variations. That pawn's going to go on F6. That's going to be taken by the queen. So queen takes on F6 allows the bishop to develop with tempo bishop G5. And when queen C6 offering a trade of queens, white can play this beautiful queen sacrificial line, just ignore the threat on the queen and just simply play long castles. Fantastic idea. Now there's several options for black. Let's have a look at all of them. We'll start first with the obvious move, queen takes on A4, picking up the queen, where white's going to be winning after rook H E1 check, because after bishop E7, rook takes on E7 is leaving white clearly winning. So black cannot afford to pick up the white queen on A4. If instead C takes on B2, king takes on B2, black can try bishop E7, but after rook H E1, and we see that the white queen is on offer the whole time here, F6, interposing the bishop threat from G5 while hitting the bishop as well on G5. But that can allow white to gain time now and play bishop to B5, defending his own queen while hitting the black queen. The game might continue queen B6, pinning the bishop so that bishop takes on D7 is not on the cards, but king C1 moves out of the pin, and if F takes on G5, white wins after bishop takes on D7. Black can't afford to take on D7 because queen takes on D7 with queen takes on E8 mate. So king F8 will be made by rook takes on E7, king takes on E7, and queen E4 is going to be a mating attack. After king D8, the bishop drops back, bishop to F8 with a discovered attack, and after king to C7, queen E5, king C6, rook D6, king B5. Again, white doesn't have to rush to take the black queen, can drop the white queen back to B2. That's going to be a mating attack for white. So going back to when white castles, we've just looked at queen takes queen, and we've looked at C takes on B2. How about bishop E7 straight away? Then the game can continue with white trading queens. Queen takes on C6 after B takes on C6. Bishop takes on E7. Bishop takes on E7. C takes on B2, and in between move by black. King has to recapture on B2, and now the king picks up the bishop on E7. But this is going to be a one endgame for white after rook H E1. The king's going to go to D8 or F8. Let's just have a look at F8 first. If king to F8, Knight g5 targets f7. If rook b8 check, the king drops back to a1, and that's going to leave white clearly winning in this position. If the king doesn't go to f8, dropping back a few moves here, if the king goes to d8, then white's going to be winning after knight e5, pinning the knight on d7. King c7 will allow the trade on d7, knight takes, bishop takes, and rook to e7. That bishop has to be defended on d7, so rook a d8 allows this fine finish. Bishop first takes on f7, and after rook to f8, first of all f3 is defended, f2 to f3, and king c8, and white will go into a one ending by trading now with rook d takes on d7, rook takes on d7, and bishop e6. That rook has to be defended, it's pinned, so rook f d8, and after rook takes on g7, just grab another pawn before trading pieces. King c7, now the trade, rook takes on d7, rook takes on d7, bishop takes on d7, and king takes on d7 should be a simple pawn endgame win for white. So this has been the Taimanov trap. Many variations examined in the Queen's Gambit accepted from the game Taimanov against Polugaevsky 1960 in the USSR Championships. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.